On August 2nd, 2024, the Supreme Court of Pakistan delivered a landmark judgment in two civil petitions, CPs 278K22 and 279K22. This ruling holds profound implications for contractual employees across the country. The case centered around the employment status of individuals working under outsourcing arrangements. It delved into the complex legal questions surrounding regularization of services and the interpretation of contractual obligations. The court's decision, a resounding victory for contractual employees, has the potential to reshape employment practices in Pakistan. It underscores the principle that contractual arrangements cannot be used to circumvent labor rights and job security. The judgment provides a beacon of hope for thousands of workers engaged in similar precarious employment situations. This detailed analysis aims to unpack the complexities of the case, shedding light on the arguments presented by both sides. It will delve into the court's reasoning, analyze its implications, and offer actionable recommendations for both employers and employees. This landmark ruling is not merely a legal victory, but a testament to the judiciary's commitment to social justice. It serves as a timely reminder that the law should protect the vulnerable and ensure fair treatment for all. At the heart of this civil petition lay a fundamental dispute over the employment status of the petitioners. They had been engaged by a government corporation through an outsourcing arrangement. This meant they were not considered regular employees of the corporation, despite performing essential tasks. The petitioners argued that they were entitled to regularization of their services, effectively seeking the same rights and benefits as permanent employees. Their claim rested on the assertion that they had been working for the corporation for a significant period. They contended that their work was of a continuous nature, essential to the corporation's operations. The outsourcing arrangement, they argued, was a mere smoke screen designed to deny them their rightful status and benefits. The respondents, on the other hand, vehemently opposed these claims. They maintained that the petitioners were engaged under a legally valid contract that clearly defined their roles and responsibilities. The respondents argued that the petitioners were aware of their contractual status and had agreed to the terms and conditions of their employment. The crux of their argument was that the court could not interfere with a contractual agreement unless it was found to be illegal or against public policy. The case therefore boiled down to a clash between the principles of contractual freedom and the rights of workers to fair treatment and job security. The Supreme Court's task was to strike a balance between these competing interests, ensuring justice for all parties involved. The petitioners, in their quest for regularization, advanced a compelling argument based on the principles of equity and fairness. They highlighted the fact that they had been rendering their services diligently for a considerable period, some even exceeding a decade. They emphasized that their work was not of a temporary or ad hoc nature. Rather, it constituted an integral part of the corporation's day-to-day operations. They argued that the outsourcing arrangement was a deliberate tactic employed by the corporation to circumvent labor laws and deny them their rightful entitlements. By labeling them as contractual employees, the corporation, they asserted, was attempting to evade its responsibility of providing them with job security, benefits, and fair wages. Furthermore, the petitioners contended that their situation was not unique. They pointed to a systemic pattern of exploiting contractual labor in various government and semi-government organizations across Pakistan. They implored the court to intervene and rectify this injustice, setting a precedent for the protection of vulnerable workers. Their plea resonated with the struggles of countless contractual employees who find themselves trapped in a cycle of uncertainty and exploitation. They sought not just personal relief but a broader recognition of their rights and dignity as workers. The respondents, in their defense, stood firm on the bedrock of contractual obligations. They argued that the petitioners were engaged through a legally binding agreement that explicitly outlined the terms and conditions of their employment. They emphasized that the petitioners were aware of their contractual status from the outset and had willingly entered into the agreement. They countered the petitioners' claims of exploitation, asserting that the contractual arrangement was mutually beneficial. The respondents argued that it provided the corporation with flexibility in managing its workforce while offering the petitioners an opportunity to earn a livelihood. They maintained that the terms of the contract, including remuneration and benefits, were fair and agreed upon by both parties. Furthermore, the respondents contended that the court could not interfere with a private contract unless it was established that the agreement was illegal, fraudulent, or against public policy. They argued that the petitioners had failed to demonstrate any such grounds for invalidating the contract. Their defense rested on the sanctity of contract law, arguing that upholding contractual agreements was crucial for maintaining business confidence and preventing judicial overreach. They asserted that allowing the petitioners' claims would create a dangerous precedent, undermining the very foundation of contractual relationships. Section 5. The verdict, a triumph for contractual employees. In a resounding victory for contractual employees, the Supreme Court of Pakistan ruled in favor of the petitioners. The court held that the outsourcing arrangement was a veiled attempt to deprive the workers of their fundamental rights. It declared that the petitioners were entitled to regularization of their services, granting them the status and benefits commensurate with permanent employees. This landmark judgment sent shockwaves through the legal and the corporate landscape of Pakistan. It served as a powerful reminder that contractual arrangements cannot be used as a shield to exploit workers and evade legal obligations. The court's decision was hailed as a triumph for social justice, providing hope to countless individuals trapped in precarious employment situations. The judgment has far-reaching implications, potentially transforming employment practices across various sectors. It underscores the principle that all workers, regardless of their contractual status, deserve fair treatment, dignity, and protection under the law. Section 6. Dissecting the court's rationale. The Supreme Court's decision was grounded in a thorough analysis of labor laws, constitutional provisions, and principles of natural justice. The court meticulously examined the arguments presented by both sides, ultimately concluding that the petitioners had been subjected to an unfair and exploitative employment arrangement. The court found that the petitioners had been performing duties that were essential to the corporation's operations, not merely peripheral or temporary tasks. It noted that the duration of their service, exceeding even a decade in some cases, indicated a continuous and indispensable role within the organization. Furthermore, the court observed that the outsourcing arrangement lacked transparency and appeared to be a deliberate attempt to circumvent labor laws. It held that the corporation could not evade its responsibilities towards its employees by simply labeling them as contractual workers. The court emphasized that the right to fair labor practices, including job security and social protection, is enshrined in the Constitution of Pakistan. It held that denying these rights to a significant portion of the workforce simply based on their contractual status was unacceptable and violated the principles of equality and social justice. Section 7. Implications. A new dawn for contractual workers. The Supreme Court's judgment carries profound implications for contractual employees across Pakistan. It sets a powerful precedent that is likely to trigger a wave of litigation and potentially reshape employment practices in various sectors. Contractual workers in similar situations now have a strong legal basis to challenge their employment status and seek regularization of their services. This could lead to a significant shift in the balance of power between employers and employees, particularly in sectors where contractual labor is prevalent. The judgment also puts pressure on the government to revisit its labor laws and ensure that they adequately protect the rights of all workers, regardless of their contractual status. There is a growing demand for comprehensive labor reforms that address the issue of precarious employment and provide greater security and benefits to contractual workers. However, the implementation and enforcement of the judgment remain to be seen. It is crucial for the government, judiciary, and civil society to work together to ensure that the rights enshrined in the judgment translate into tangible improvements in the lives of contractual workers. Section 8. Recommendation: navigating the post-judgment landscape. In light of the Supreme Court's landmark ruling, both employers and employees need to adapt to the evolving legal landscape. For employers, review existing contractual arrangements to ensure compliance with the judgment. Explore alternative employment models that provide greater security and benefits to workers. Engage in dialogue with labor unions and worker representatives to address concerns and find mutually beneficial solutions. Implement transparent and fair hiring practices that do not discriminate against contractual workers. For employees, seek legal counsel to understand your rights and options under the new legal framework. Organize and collectively bargain for better working conditions and job security. Report any instances of exploitation or unfair treatment to the relevant authorities. Section 9. Conclusion. A catalyst for change. The Supreme Court's judgment is not merely a legal victory but a catalyst for social change. It has ignited a nationwide conversation about labor rights, contractual employment, and the responsibility of corporations to ensure fair and just working conditions. While the road to full implementation may be long and challenging, the judgment offers a glimmer of hope for millions of contractual workers in Pakistan. It serves as a potent reminder that the law can be a powerful instrument for social justice and that the struggle for workers' rights continues.